Lacey thought she had found a shortcut to the perfect life. She stole another woman's husband without ever asking herself one simple question. Why was his wife willing to let him go? Lacey was beautiful, the kind of woman people couldn't help but notice. She was cheerful, hardworking, and everyone believed she had a bright future ahead of her. But there was one thing people admired even more than her beauty: her relationship. Lacey wasn't single. She was dating a young man named Daniel. Daniel came from a wealthy family. He was the only son of successful parents who had built a comfortable life abroad. His family loved Lacey. They had already accepted her as their future daughter in law. Daniel adored her. He often told her, "Just finish school, we'll build a beautiful life together." One day, Lacey discovered she was pregnant. Daniel was shocked, but he didn't run away. Instead, he promised to stand by her. His family also accepted the pregnancy. They were ready to support both of them. Lacey already had everything many women prayed for: a loving man, a wealthy family, a promising future. But then greed quietly entered her heart. Not far from her house lived Grace. Everyone called her Street Sister. Grace was married. She had two beautiful children. Whenever Grace needed help, Lacey was always there. She helped wash clothes, cooked meals, carried the baby whenever Grace was exhausted. Grace trusted Lacey completely. There was nothing she hid from her, not even the problems in her marriage. Whenever Grace and her husband fought, Lacey was always the one comforting her. Grace would cry and say, "I don't understand him anymore." Lacey would hug her and whisper, "Everything will be all right." But while Grace believed she was talking to a sister, Lacey had already started talking to Grace's husband. What began as ordinary conversations slowly became secret phone calls, then hidden meetings. Before long, they were having an affair. Grace knew nothing. As the affair continued, the husband became more aggressive at home. Arguments became shouting. Shouting became beatings. Grace couldn't understand why the man she once loved had suddenly changed. She cried on Lacey's shoulder, never knowing Lacey was the reason her marriage was falling apart. Then Lacey made the biggest mistake of her life. She ended Daniel's pregnancy. Not because Daniel abandoned her, not because he was poor, not because he refused responsibility, but because she believed Grace's wealthy husband could give her an even better life. She told herself, "I need a mature man." She had no idea. She had just walked away from the best future she would ever have. A few weeks later, Lacey discovered she was carrying the married man's child. To be continued. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to follow this page so you don't miss episode 2. Now, tell me in the comments, where are you watching from?